I'm a part of the asset protection group, and by asset protections, I consider my number one asset is my people that are here. Number two comes all the thousands and thousands of dollars of machinery that are out here that we keep an eye on at night to make sure that it's not vandalized or stolen.
So you kind of just touched on it, but tell me about what you're doing out there in West Texas with all these fires that's going on.
I'm a part of our protection group, so I don't actually go out into the field to see the fires. I've driven through some areas that have been affected by the fires, and it's just devastating to see all the loss. There's been loss of cattle. There's been loss of homes. People have lost their lives.
Yeah, I kind of want to hit on that. You know, you're sitting and seen videos of you sitting on the cameras and stuff like that, but you've certainly seen the devastation, you know. What's your message to me
Sure.
sitting in Tyler about what you've seen out there?
My message of what I've seen is compassion. The people that have come here uh, to help these people. There's people that show up every day, numerous people that show up daily, excuse me, people that show up daily to volunteer, and people that show up to give goods and services to people. It's just been amazing.
Mm-hmm. So how did you first get involved with this? When did you first get that call? And, you know, how did you kind of get out there?
I got a text message that notified me that there was going to be a possible deployment. So I got deployed uh, last not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before is when I got notified that I'd be coming up here. So I drove up here to make sure that I was here at the start of it.
So tell me about some of the things that you're protecting. Obviously, there's thousands, if not millions of dollars of relief supplies, and, you know, kind of elaborate on that.
There's been so much water donated that we're just filled up to the brim with water. Um, there's food. We've had hay delivered, cattle feed. There's been semi trucks of both of those show up. Uh, there's people showing up daily to drop off. There was one couple that came up here that had he had received a bonus, so he decided with his bonus he needed to spend it on goods to bring up here. So they drove from Dallas to bring up the things that they wanted to donate.
That's awesome. We actually ran a story yesterday about, you know, how people here still continuing to donate, but you're on the ground. I don't know how much you can speak to it, but what do people there need? You know, we talked about they need water, you know, they've lost their homes, but they may also need things like animal food, you know, their dog still needs to eat as well. So what can you say?
Right. Uh, there is a little bit of dog food here, but yes, we could certainly use more dog food. Um, there's going to need hay for a long time to come because there is no grass right now, and they haven't had any rain. So I would imagine as soon as it starts to rain, it's going to green up a little bit. But for right now, there's nothing for the cows to eat. And there's been thousands of cows that have lost their lives in this fire.
What have you done anything with Texas missions before? Where else have you gone? And what have you learned through this one?
I'm pretty new to this. I've been on one other deployment, and it was in Georgia during the hurricane last year. And I do remote monitoring of the cameras also from home, and I've done that one time. Um, what I've learned here is just how wonderful the God has done for us to have people that are compassionate as they are and as willing to give as they are. It's just amazed me. And this organization, I see nothing but happy faces, people that are glad to be doing this. It's really inspiring to be a part of this group.
One last thing. I mean, one last message to anyone back home in East Texas, Tyler, Palestine, what do you have to say out there in West Texas?
Um, I would say that continue to give, just because the fires are being contained. This isn't over. This is going to take a long time for this communities around here to recover from this. There's people that have lost everything that they've worked their whole life to get. So they'll need homes. They need everything that they had.